Oh, yeah, Merles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Game Notes Daily. We have a winner. We have a winner. Welcome to Game Notes Daily here today. Eastern Conference Final. Merles, welcome. G in the background. Wizard of Oz pulling the strings. Welcome. Eastern Conference Final has a winner.
Well, you went down with the ship. You're sunk
I
like
was
the
gonna say.
Titanic. You're done. But before we break down that game, let me tell you about the score bet. Today's episode is brought to you by the best sports book in Ontario. It's made for the hockey obsessed. We got daily specials from all the Chicklets crew. Ride with Biz, RA's Gambling Corner. He hit the prop yesterday. We got G-Wagon, Army, Listen to Wit. You got the EBR. But remember, always play responsibly. 19 plus, Ontario only. Got a gambling problem? Call Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600. We're down to the final three. What do you got, Army?
Well, I love it. Yeah. And, I was talking last night, speaking of responsibly, I was on the Duclair 2-point train. I was on the Duclair 2-point train. He came out, boom. My Twitter started getting activated. It started blowing up. It started getting crazy. All the people in the chat, all the people that read your blog, everyone was loving it. And then he couldn't pull it off. He couldn't pull up the big marble play. You got to have big cojones to go 2 points. But
Plus 700 was worth the shot.
I liked it. Duclair's looked great. Sasha, what is he saying here?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yep.
Do we have a Merle's haircut
Yep.
under that?
There, we're ready.
Oh, look at this. I mean, it's unfair because you didn't have a chance to, really
Get it
doll it
done.
up.
But I was getting ready. I'm getting ready for the finals trip, Florida and Vegas. I'm ready. I wanted the shorter hair. It's going to be really warm over there, so that's why I had to do it.
Yeah, I love it, buddy. You look great. You look amazing. You're just going to be amazing. You're going to get a tan, or are you going to go like a little base? Is there sun shining enough there?
I'll just suck it up and go.
Just
Turn
stand
into a
next
lobster
to me. You'll
a
look
couple
amazing.
days.
Just stand next to me. You'll look amazing. You look so tan standing next to me, bud. There it is. Sean Winnick. Lickerdale is buzzing. I love it. Let's go. The chat, welcome. Remember, you've got to get on our YouTube, Chicklets YouTube, Lickerdale buzzing. There it is. You got to get on our Chicklets YouTube, boys. You gotta get on the chat. That way, we'll see your messages. You'll be included. We love seeing what you have to say. We love interacting with you. Hit subscribe, of course. G, hit the notification so you know when we're coming up. What you got for us, buddy?
And we've mentioned it, we've teased it a few times, and we can't give out too much information because it's not finalized. But we are in the process of working out a Chicklets game notes and chat meetup at the Cup Finals. So we're working on it now. We'll have some details later, but chat, we're going to be partying at the Cup Finals with you.
Yeah, so we'll keep you posted on that. And I don't know, G, hang with us. Well, maybe not. This is something we haven't discussed either, like how we're going to perform, Game Notes Daily. We may be together. We may be hanging out by a pool somewhere, one of these nice places, doing it live. So stay tuned for that because everything seems to be a little bit up in the air due to travel and what we're going to do. But this show has hit lightning in a bottle. We are rolling. And,
Game days, baby. Game days. We'll
Game
likely
days.
be on the air.
Yeah, absolutely
Yep.
on game days. But where we'll be, stay tuned for that. So a lot of things are happening right now. Awesome stuff. I see a chat question down here. Kent Black, Army story of when you and Witt fought in practice. Yeah, I fought Witt in practice.
Yeah.
Boy, I think I shared that on Chicklets proper on the mothership. I cold shouldered Witty in like a battle drill down low. It was at RMU Arena. I'll never forget, here in Pittsburgh, just a rink we used to practice at, like a little side local rink. And I got into a drill thing. He was particularly pissy that day. He was upset.
Weird.
I think yeah. We lost or something. He wasn't too happy, and I got him with he was kind of coming in the corner on me on like a 2-on-2 down low corner battle drill, and I just gave him the old boom, and he snapped. Cross-checked the shit out of me, and then all of a sudden his gloves came off. And Witt's a big guy, hey, like. When
He's long arms
he's
too.
Lanky and long and big, and like grabbed me. He was pissed, and he just started chucking bombs on me. We started going. Everyone had to jump in. My gloves were off. I was trying to throw them. It was crazy, but I got Witty to drop his gloves. Didn't happen too often, but that was a practice battle that we had back in the day. Thanks for bringing that up, buddy. Another loss for me. Good thing he didn't hit me in the nose, eh, Merles? This old glass slipper.
I tell you what, to transfer over to the game last night, somebody threw a hit like you used to throw them, and it made me think of you. The way Bennett came in and just caught that guy, Slavin. He wasn't ready. He thought there was non-check league still, and he rocked him. And I felt, even though the Canes came back, I felt like that was the end of him.
That was and speaking of the memesies with the Titanic, and I went down, that was a Titanic hit by Bennett. Smaller guy, but man, does he pack a punch, and just like little scary, obviously. He was knocked out on contact. I think it was a clean hit, perfectly fine hit. I think their heads, like on the whip, when their bodies hit, their heads kind of whipped and clanked, and he just went airborne, and he was out in the air running the boards. But I did get a Marc-Andre Bergeron. Remember that little defenseman in Montreal? Yep. I did whack a guy like kind of the same way like that, and just
Army. It's super funny you mentioned this, because a few shows ago I jumped into you guys and I mentioned that there's a viral TikTok right now of Wit highlights going super viral.
Yeah.
Well, come last night, there's a viral TikTok of Colby Armstrong going viral. And
oh, really?
Holy fuck! I forgot how much he used to kill guys. It's like a 40-second, 50-second montage of you just ripping guys' heads off. It's amazing. I'll post it on Twitter like I did with the Wit highlights, but unbelievable stuff.
There's
you
a
look
few
just like
I'm
Bennett
not
last
super
night.
proud of, but there's like I was like a missile out there. It was just kind of like this is the way I had to play to play in the NHL. Like this is what going to get me there. So Bennett, much the same way, and he's just tailor-made for playoff hockey, isn't he?
Yeah, he's awesome.
So you look at his skill set, like he can produce and score, but his reckless nature, and his ability to be physical, even though he's not a bigger guy, kind of sets him apart. It really is a thing that sets him apart.
This wasn't like in his when he was drafted as a top pick a few years back. Like, did anyone see this style of play in his game coming?
Dude,
like, he's a bully out there.
How about this? Do you remember when he got drafted? Do you remember the combine? He was criticized and destroyed because he couldn't do a chin up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
I do remember that now that you say that.
Bullying people.
Yeah. Take your chin ups and shove them up your ass, all right? Yeah. What are you doing on the ice? I remember those old stories is like, how many chin ups can you do? And he's like, I think it's like Brett Hall or like, somebody like, I just put my arms in the air this many times a year, 80 times.
Yeah, I do this 75 times a year. That's enough.
I don't need to be hanging from the bar doing chin ups. Get out of here, So, yeah, some of these guys are just tailor made for playoffs with their game, and I got to hand it, great call by G, just with his physicality and his ability to be a difference maker with a tool that he has, which is, I think a lot of their guys on their team, they'll have it, right? It's that little bit of recklessness to their game. You could look at Gudas. I mean, we've talked about Mark Stahl right now. They throw in Lomberg. Lomberg's a little nasty.
Yeah,
too.
he's a wild card out there.
They got a lot of wild card guys in there that just play on that edge, They might cross it too. Which I think, Merles, you played and you were more of a skilled scorer guy, but to play with guys and have guys on your team like that or have to play against guys like that, it's a difference maker.
Yeah, you always know they're out there, and that's what we've talked about it at length of, there's this Corsi and all these analytics and nerd stuff. There's no analytic to put on what a hit like that does to both sides. What it did to Carolina to not only knock out one of their best players, but just their whole psyche and just rile up his own team, and that stuff can't be measured in any of these analytics. That's something you have to watch the game. You have to know that player can do that. You have to sign him and you have to play him. And that's the stuff that some of these analytic people don't see.
Yeah, absolutely. Tkachuk also a guy that just sets the tone. How clutch was he? But I got to say this before about Jacob Slavin. Obviously, top end talent for their team. You hate, like, even when I was hitting guys, and of course you hit to hurt. You hit to make them feel it, to know you're out there. But it sucks to see a guy hurt like that. I understand. I read something. He was walking around the room post-game eating a slice of pizza in his suit. So good to see he's back on his feet. But there's no doubt that was a devastating Titanic hit by Bennett that on a key guy that you can never hit. He's like so hard to hit just because of the way he moves. But let's move on to Tkachuk, I think. Merles? Just the series he has, the player that he is, the interviews that he did, his family's amazing. They're like, what are they? I don't know what they are. I hate this. It's bad. I was gonna say they're like the Kardashians. Like, that's crazy. But they're like, this crazy, like, popular, like, personable hockey family that is amazing in interviews. They just got these great personalities. Plus, they just play this raw bone style hockey.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here replaying the game this morning. I was resting up last night because I'll break the news tonight. Tonight we're doing a live stream. We'll have the whole Chicklets crew watching the game together, live stream, taking questions, having special guests. So I was sleeping last night, so I'm watching the game this morning. Oh, there's the graphic. Look at that cast of characters. And I'm sitting there.
Can we get it up there
see it
longer?
again?
I want to see
what pick they used of you.
There you are. Oh, I got that stupid one. Who does that? Like, give me a break. That's
the one RA hates too. RA hates yours. You hate yours.
Yeah.
Mine, I can deal with mine back.
So that's
there.
Tonight. There we go. Stream will begin tonight. There's a little sneak peek.
Labatt Blue Light I saw on there. Labatt Blue Light and Big Deal Brew.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here watching this game. I'm like, oh yeah, I couldn't believe the Canes tied it up. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I can get overtime. All of a sudden, a terrible penalty call, number one. But soon as it happened, I would have bet anything I had Tkachuk was scoring the goal. It wasn't a question who was scoring this goal. And just like that, he's back in the Conn Smythe driver's seat. Bob has an average game, so I think they're head and head again, once again for the Conn Smythe. But he's unbelievable. His interviews are unbelievable. Seeing Big Tkachuk up there, he's got something special in that silver mug. It's great to see.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I texted a group chat. You could just feel, if you go watch that Tkachuk goal, like the play sequence leading up to that on the power play is like Anderson just looked like he knew it was coming too. Mm-hmm. He looked like time was winding down, and like when he walked out, like I know that they reviewed for interference. Bennett didn't have much going on there. He was just standing there. It was
more his own guy, kind of.
It wasn't interfering with his legs to push over at all, but there was just no fight to get across on that. It's like he settled just to go, okay, like let's review this instead of fighting to get over there. And I mean, what a move, what patience, what poise, what hands in and around that area. He's so nasty in front at just pulling and pushing pucks into the right spots, making himself available, eluding guys and stepping out and hanging on to it for that extra second. And, I mean, he's been a killer, just an absolute Eastern Conference killer, Merles.
Yeah, I see Adam Spencer here. I was just about to say this. What about Aho on that play? I don't know what he was doing. He didn't even know where Reinhart was. He went down and covered the back door thinking Reinhart was there, but he wasn't. He was way up at the dot. So Aho should have been in there, but Aho shouldn't even been on the ice. That's where Jordan Stahl normally is, and then Slavin's normally on that left post. So you lose Slavin to the injury, and you have Stahl, the guy that took the penalty. Both your two best penalty killers. So that's what happens.
Totally great call on that. You know what I was doing? I was like saying to my son, I was like, see when he got the puck, see how he was ready to roll, see how his like awareness around that area. Like he could have made a lateral pass to, I think, who was it over there? Like, was it Verhaeghe off to the side? You had Bennett in front, and he has the poise to, kind of pull it out of that pile and just hang on to that one extra step and plug it in there. But I was like, see how he attacks, see his instincts. Watch how he operates in this in a tight area, in the mixer where you're not supposed to be operating like that. It's supposed to be hard. I know it's power play and everything, but he's in attack mode. He was going to be the difference maker. He's been a guy that, like, his belief in his play has kind of just led this team. And I know they give a ton to Barkey. I know they give a ton to Bob and what they've done with this Florida team, but they are shocking the hockey world with this run right now and knocking off some big teams. And, Biz put on the chat this morning about the Canes. Their last 3 conference final visits, they have not won a game.
Yeah, I had that written down before he wrote that, and it was 2009, the Pens. Yep. But they were minus 11.
That's when Gino went to town. I think Gino got a hat trick the one game. He was just going off.
Was that the game he was carrying? Was that the one he was like carrying him the whole playoffs?
Yeah, that's Conn Smythe Gino that year.
Yeah. And then 2019 was the Bruins. They were minus 12 in goals. And this series, it's crazy. They were only minus 4 in the 4 games. So they became the 6th team ever to be swept all by 1-goal games. So little stats for the stat guys out there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And I don't know, anything else in game really other than it was, once again, just another fairly close game as usual, right?
Yeah, I was impressed that the Canes kept fighting. Like, they had injuries. Nason even went down, and Slavin's out. They had every right to just pack it in and call it, and they just kept battling and battling. Brutal call though. Like, last minute, like let it go. The team's down 3-0. You got to understand that they're down 3-0. They're on the road. you can look that one past that one, I think.
Yeah, it was a ticky-tacky little trip, and he was so far away, right? Like,
yeah, it didn't matter. He still made the pass. Like, if he does that and it turns over for a scoring chance, blow it down right away, of course. Yeah. But that meant nothing. It was, and you knew it was over. Like that. Yeah. They weren't killing that off and bailing everybody out of that, like including the refs. But
yeah, and then so let's move on to the post game, and there's obviously with Rod the Bod, his post gamer, it's kind of making its rounds. There's some funny stuff going around. It's do you have the quote there, Merles? Do we have it at all?
It's like, you're gonna look like we got swept, but we didn't get swept. That one? Is that, like, it says we got swept, but we really didn't get swept.
I think that's hilarious. I think it's, Rod, you and I were playing violins on the Titanic the other day. We went down together, went down together. He said he's cutting the video. He's looking at the tape. He knows that this is like, people are going to say we got swept, but we didn't get swept. Even though we did get swept, it was a close game. It could have went either way. We could have swept that series too. So, you got swept. Unfortunately. It was a close series. I think it was a close series score-wise, but I think if you watch the game, I think obviously you look at Florida and go, oh boy, they just had a little extra, didn't they?
Yeah, they like when it would go to those overtime, I just saw more guys that would score a big goal. I just felt they had more guys that could score, and we talked about it after that 4 overtime game. It was the same when you scored the triple overtime. We rolled, we won the next 3 after that. We won 4 in a row, and they did the same thing, even though it was close. Just the momentum from a win that big is huge.
Yeah. So Rod the Bod, you got swept. Yeah, you did.
You got swept.
Yeah, and so there it is. They punched their ticket. They're off to the Stanley Cup final. A franchise that hasn't been there in how long now? How long has it been?
1996. They lost to Colorado Avalanche.
Wow.
And another little nugget I heard is that was the first ever sweep by the Florida Panthers in any round or anything. Yeah, first time they've ever swept somebody. So that was a good little tidbit.
Buddy,
I'm going to talk some gambling. I got to pump up my 2 wins last night.
Yeah,
I lost the under 5.5. That was alive till the end. I couldn't believe it stayed alive. And I had the Reinhardt point that I caught late. That was nice. And then to declare over 2 shots was great. That was a winner. So that was fun. Our RA had the Cats money line, but then RA comes in. I saw him make a video late of the under. He went on our RA's gambling corner, went rogue. So that didn't hit.
Maybe he misspoke.
Yeah, Jake hit his money line. No Barkov goal, and then the Harry Flanders. I can't remember what that was. The Harry Flanders. I think it was a goal and them win, but he didn't get that.
Harry Flanders. What a beauty.
From the chat. That was the chat pick. So
I love
decent night. We need a good night. We need a big night. We need to sweep and get some big odd ones here to get us going.
So I got to ask you this too, Merles. I see someone popped in the chat. What do you think of them touching the trophy?
Yeah, I guess.
What do you make of that? How do you feel about that?
I never won anything, so I wouldn't know what to do. I won the Korean Cup one year. Was it Korean Cup and the Japanese Cup? But I guess Crosby touched it. Oh, the Miggy. We talked some Vegas. So Crosby touched it and they won. So I thought that put it all away. And Miggy, front running with the United States hat on after the 3-0 win.
Gotta show it, don't you?
Yeah, you got to. Miggy's a little loud. He's coming in hot on his mic setting. They'll get
my free headphones from Spirit Airlines.
There you go. There they are. They're right there. The Spirit Airlines.
I thought they were Chiclets branded. The nice Chiclets yellow there.
Nah, I haven't made it up that high in the list yet. I gotta get a couple more wins. I think.
Yeah, I just got this the other day. This nice hoodie. Here we go. Just nice and cozy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
How cold is it there, Army?
It's not. I had a shower. I'm a workout guy now. I go work out. I get play a little tennis.
Walk me through that workout. I heard you guys talking pull-ups.
Yeah, that was the Sam Bennett draft story where he couldn't do a pull-up and he got they were like, oh my God, this guy, he sucks. How can he not do pull-ups? And it's like, you see him play hockey? Dude, you see him in the playoffs?
You got a guy in this podcast that in college was even better than that, the Merle Man. Merle Man got down on the bench. We had to do, back then it's like, how much can you do? It wasn't as well orchestrated, let's say. Merle gets down, throws on 135, does it once, stands up. He's like, yeah, I'm good. They're like, no, you got to do as much. He goes, you don't score goals from the weight room, man.
Yeah.
I'll be over here. It's like,
So my draft combine, we had just won the Memorial Cup. I come in there. I threw up on the wind gate, first of all, and I was like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing, yakking in a can in front of like 100 scouts. And then I had to do the bench press. Yeah, so it's like a certain set weight, like 225 or something. I forget what they had on there. I forget what it was. It probably
155 or 150.
I did two. I went down, up, down, up, down, and then they're like, keep going, and I'm like, no, I can't. I'm done.
Well, the problem with that one, I don't know if they still do it. Remember, you had to do it by that little timer. It would click, and you had to bring it down and hold it, and it would click. You had to put it up and hold it again.
Yep.
So it wasn't like doing your normal bench press that we had all been training for, like in college.
You're just gunning it, yeah.
So then all of a sudden you get there, you're like, oh,
tick, tick, tick.
And I don't know if yours, but I remember mine. And right before that, I had to do the push-up test to the same hippodrome or whatever you want to call it. So I did push-ups, then bench back to back. I was done. I had no chance.
Yeah.
Merle, you're a wrist curl guy. Wrist curl, big wrist curl
shooter.
guy.
You know who's not a wrist curl guy? G.
What's going on?
I got some tough wrists. I got some tough wrists here. I'm working on them though, boys. I'm working on
lacrosse
them.
wrists. Those are supple lacrosse wrists.
He throws
buddy.
nice sauce. Chicklets Cup. He doesn't shoot her. He's a saucer. Yeah.
There he
I'm a
is.
passer, coach.
Yeah, I love it,
how's his workouts going? Wasn't he on the move? Weren't you on the move for a trainer? You ever figure that out?
Yeah. I just finished up my 8 weeks with my trainer, and it went fantastic. I'm gonna re-up and stay on the grind. I'm doing like 3 days a week, 6 a.m. I'm fucking crushing it.
Wow.
Are you
Can we go on the record now, when you boys are out now in either Lauderdale and hopefully Vegas or even Dallas, that you guys are going tarps off for game notes daily at the pool side?
I'm not I am not tarps off yet.
Come on.
I'm
Scare
not
the kids at the pool, Migs.
That'll take some attention away from this Demi Moore haircut I have. So.
I kind of like it. I'm telling you, G, I like it. Don't let them bully you. That's a good haircut. That's a good haircut.
I'd have the boiler ripping and game notes daily by the pool, just boiler central, just hanging out, all just sunburnt lobster.
Security would come over and kick us out. Be like, guys, kids are getting sick in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to come out here because you guys are here.
If I do it, it looks like a bear got loose at the pool.
Yeah.
Disgusting. They'll start shooting.
You and I
Shoot me
together might be a
tranquilizer.
bad. You and me together might be a bad combo in the pool.
Yeah, I'm a submerged guy. I'm always
on
you
here.
can see that much of me. I just get in the pool like this.
Full submerged.
Yeah, just
Snorkel
like
guy.
a hippo. You know,
He's
like
got the
those
straw
hippos
from
in
his
Pop-Up.
drink.
With the ears, the whole. That would be it. Yeah,
I'm getting
exactly.
chirped here by Eric J. Merle's got any other losers for today? Sorry you lost one unit today on 2 great games in the Worlds in the morning.
Be
You
responsible.
just
I don't mind that. By the way, I
take
don't
that
mind
off your
that.
take
I
that
don't
off
mind
your
that
plus
Swiss
250 draw from the other night, Sweden US there, Eric.
But I don't mind that Swiss call. I mean, you were riding Germany pretty much a series, so you gave a bunch of winners on them. But I thought that the Swiss would keep that game 1-1 and maybe tally one late. I didn't mind it, but they didn't play very well. They just didn't show up, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah, while we're talking World, you got any picks for these later games,
Yeah,
Migs?
yeah.
They're getting
Let's get
going
on
in an
these.
hour, so we'll get them out there.
I'm on the Sweden over goals. I think it was 3.5, 4 maybe. I'm on the over team goals for Sweden. I think they're just going to turn it up a bit. I think they've come together. Obviously, the guys are all in now, and they're going. So Canada, what a bad bounce. They play well, and they get Finland first crossover.
I know.
The-
What do you
the-
feel
Sweden
on that
over
one?
goals 3 minus 132. Is that the one you're taking?
I'm in, Merle.
I'm going to give you another little nugget today, Army.
Oh,
I saw it on the internet, so it's got to be true. Migs, you might actually be able to dig into this.
I love that line.
But Willie Nylander was supposed to play for Sweden, and he ended up not going.
For his
And
brother, right?
For his brother. I heard it's for his brother because he would have taken his ice time away, so he wanted to let him play. So that was a pretty neat move by Willie to do
you
that.
Take him for a goal? Is that the karma move? Is that what you're leading me to?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game in Latvia. The Latvia fans, they have one of the best fan bases in the world of all of hockey. Like, they go nuts for their hockey and their
They
national
go
team.
crazy.
So that's going to be a fun game to watch because the place will be buzzing.
Yeah, but I think you try to go with the idea that if Sweden hopefully can get out to a lead, Latvia's then got to push. Maybe they pull the goalie early or do something, Euro style, a little Fedorov, pull the goalie maybe to try to get an extra attacker on a power play or something. So Sweden can get out in front. But obviously I got the long-term Sweden winning it all, whatever that was. So kind of just continue to ride it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on you with that instead. I was thinking Sweden -1.5. It's only -122. That's not bad. But I kind of like your over goals. But I love Canada +110 because the Army's inside scoops. He says they move hotels. They move hotels for the quarterfinals. They start taking it serious. It's in Finland, in Tampere, but Canada +110. I can't turn that down.
Yeah,
let me ask you guys a question. Now that you see like Leo Carlsson was basically heading the first line of Sweden, and then the other guys were kind of left off. Who's the U.S. young kid who was playing? Is that Fantilli? No, Fantilli's
He's on
Canadian.
Canada.
Canadian.
Who's the U.S. young guy that was going to be drafted? Is he on there? Or am I thinking Fantilli?
You got Bedard.
You thinking of Will
Fantilli.
Smith?
Will Smith? Yeah, he's like 5. He's probably rated 5 or 6 on the game notes prospects.
But if you start looking at, let's throw Bedard out of there. Obviously, he's the number one. Chief will be all over that. But Leo Carlsson's making the case that he's probably the most pro-ready. And he's playing in the Worlds against other NHL guys, and he's leading the first line of Sweden, which is now considered like they want, one of the favorites. So I think he's putting his foot forward, maybe be able to sneak into that 2 pick.
Yeah, there was a great stat. He had 4 points. He had 4 points. The last guy in his draft year to have 4 points. You know who it is?
Matt Murley.
No.
I guess.
Leon Draisaitl. He did well over there too.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good.
Guy turned out pretty well. So there, something like that. There was some
stat.
stat, maybe 4 goals or 4 points. I don't know what it was. It was something like that. But that's how good this kid is.
Well, I was watching the U.S. game too. I saw that Cutter Gauthier. He's a Flyers pick, I believe. He just ripped laser beam that one off a face-off play.
Yeah.
And what are his stats in the tournament? It looks like he's doing pretty good. And I don't know, like if he's a guy that'll be going back to college or not. But big body kid, you see him shoot the puck like that. I was like, geez.
Yeah, he's got 7 goals in 8 games.
Yeah, amazing. 7 goals.
The U.S. is dominating.
Do you think these guys come over, Merle, like an Army? Do you think they come over if they're drafted top 5? Do you think Carlsson comes over and jumps right in the NHL, or does he get sent back maybe one more year over in the SHL?
I think that's an advantage, right? I think when you can let guys stay over there and play, you're playing in pro hockey league, like it's disciplined, you're playing against men, it's structured, it has that feel. So I think that's an advantage. You could let them stay back there one more year. It's not even a big deal, depending on who takes them and if you need them or you don't need them. You know what I mean? It's just it's just a good play. Like look at Austin Matthews too. Like he went over there for where he went, Switzerland.
Swiss before his draft.
Right before his draft. That guy's never played on a real team in his life until he got to the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's kind of been bombing all over the place, eh? That's a USA hockey model. Just like make a team wherever and drive wherever the hell you got to go. Pick up on another team, play spring hockey all over the place, buddy. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. But,
I got spring hockey. We're doing spring hockey right now. I coach the U12 VGKs, and we had and the game was like at the same time at the bar that's in between the 2 rinks. Yeah. And it was mobbed. Standing room only, chanting "Go Knights, go" the whole time. People were going nuts in there about the game the other night. And it'll be packed tonight. So they really get a good turnout. But yeah, that spring hockey's in full.
That's amazing. People go crazy for spring hockey, Migsy. They love it.
It's a grind.
I'll tell you a good story about us, Army. His dad's crazy hockey dad like mine was. They used to build all the teams together. So they got together for this big summer tournament in Ottawa. They put together a team. They called it the USA Elite. You know, that got to always have the elite.
Scam. What a great scam.
Guess how many Americans were on this team? USA Elite.
5. 3.
2. Me and Miggs.
Yeah, I think there's one other.
Oh, and Gibby probably. Your buddy Gibby used to come with us.
But he didn't play. He got put on like the
all Canadians. We got all these great Canadians. We go up and win the tournament. USA Elite.
You know how easy it is? You go to a couple rinks, you see a couple kids you like, you tell them you like them, and you're putting together a USA Elite team. The parents go bonkers. They're like, crazy. "Oh my God, it's a scout! It's a scout! He's getting scouted! Oh my God!" And then you get them on the team, and then it's hook, line, and sinker. Just start abusing the wall. It's just
we were going through the budget the other day because our team's age level to go to Quebec. I was saying,
yeah, let's go.
And man, the fundraising, the kids are selling scarves already. We got scarves, like the VGK scarves for the fans and everything. They were running around the bar selling them the other day. Already starting fundraising for that trip. How expensive it is!
We just did it. It's super expensive. We did like a golf tournament to start the year, and then we did like a Christmas hockey tournament, which we host, which we get like funding from it. But I remember when I was a kid, we sold door-to-door chocolate almonds, these little boxes, these little chocolate almonds. Old school. And like I'd
Yeah.
sell them, whatever. They're like $5 for a box, and you just start adding up. But like I would eat like 4 boxes of chocolate almonds like off the books. Like
Unbelievable.
then my mom would have to pay for it. She was pissed. I was just crushing chocolate almonds. I love those things. Okay. Let's
All right.
Wind it back in. Ring it.
yeah,
ring
wind
it
her
back
in here.
Reel
We're
it
going
back
all
in
different
here.
directions.
Sorry
We got a
about
special
that.
guest. We got Chief coming on. Where's Chiefy?
Yeah, we're talking
Barstool
Bedard
Chief,
and
there he
Leo.
is.
Here
There
we
he
go.
is.
I love that little conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I want to get into last game. I guess we could kind of maybe recap that a little bit better with you guys. The blowout, really. Vegas after them. Jamie Benn, so stupid. He's still getting piled on. What's your take on it? Obviously, a dumb thing to do. I guess, Chief, let's start with you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you can never make that mistake, especially you're at home, you're already down 1-0, but it's an opportunity to grab, wrestle the series back, and you take a 5-minute major in a game misconduct as a captain 2 minutes into the game. It is inexcusable. It's almost one of those things that, and you guys would know better than me, obviously, of having played the NHL, but it's like, if he wasn't suspended, do you just send him home? Like it was like that bad to me it's like almost
Was it like
disrespectful.
Kadri? Was it like a Kadri thing?
Like almost even worse. Like I said it. I said it was like a fireable offense. If you were in another sort of company or another business and you did something that detrimental to the organization, you would be fired, no questions asked. Like This was it. That was their last chance. As soon as he took that penalty, it was over. Series is over. Cup chances are over. It's done.
Yeah, and can you imagine being Pav and you're looking across the ice and he does that, and it's like, I'm this close again to the Stanley Cup, and this guy being a bonehead takes it away from me for nothing. Nothing. It was like an inadvertent little bump with him and Stone. I will say though, I loved his press conference. I absolutely loved it. Just where he's like, his face shouldn't have been there when I fell, and
Man,
he's lucky I didn't break my stick by accident.
It was a landing point for my twig. I mean, I just kind of set it down there, and it was on his neck. Big deal.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
So he's taking a ton of criticism on top of it too, Migs. Like, people are pulling up clips of him like questionable slew foot on a guy from like 2009 or something. I'm just like, holy shit! Like, calling him dirty.
In the bubble, he laid. I think it was Larkin. He cross-checked Larkin really bad in the playoffs. I think he got away. Maybe I don't know if he got suspended, but the Pavelski point that Chief's saying is Pavelski just takes a beating. Yeah. He's in front of the net. He takes a beating. He just eats it because he's so desperate for this cup. And then what was the first series where the guy came across and just buried him, gets up, he's hurt. No one overreacts like, hey, we got a bigger mission. And I think Ben just getting that wire crossed. It's just outrageous. You just can't do that. You're a veteran. You're supposed to be the leader in the locker room, and now you're basically going to be eating popcorn tonight. And the game 4 is just outrageous.
I found it interesting they gave him 2 after he got thrown out at like the 2-minute mark. Like, I thought 1 would have been okay, but they get tacked on the extra game, and plus he missed that game. Plus Otter didn't play very well, like Merles you were talking about. They got to him.
Hey, is Max Domi with the cross check and then Haig laughing in his face, which is now a trend, which is hilarious. But he got a match penalty, so that doesn't carry a game with it because he got a 2-5.
I think he just got a fine. The thing I read, he just had
$5,000 fine.
Yeah, but the fine wasn't for that. The fine was because he baseball swung Stone that they missed. Oh. So this was a completely different. So I was like, I saw a match penalty, and I'm like, does that carry a game? Because if that is, then that whole line is gone.
Yeah.
I don't see it. No, I just saw the lines. He was in there.
Is Dadonov? Is he back? Is he going to be out? Do we know about that, Merles? You seen anything on him? Because he left the game too. So you had Ben left the game. You had Dadonov left the game with injury.
Domi got tossed a little later with the cross check.
Yeah.
Cross check Haig from behind, which is dangerous as well. Yeah. But you see it though. Ben does that so early. And it's a free for all. The fans are nuts. Well, Domi then starts running around. It's like they've lost complete composure. Now to say in 2 days you're going to completely rewind it, bring everybody back together, say, hey, we got to play a perfect game. I don't know, man. That's going to take a lot. That's going to take a lot of leadership.
Jamie Benn in the stand strangles Bang guy at any point during the game tonight. Plus 2,000, the Bang the Glass guy. Maruk. what was his name? Nick Marook that we had on the show the other day. So let me say this too. So you have to score, you have to separate. Golden Knights do that on the 5-minute major. They get one. Now it's 2-0. You're okay. You're okay. You're down 2-0. Not a great start. Stupid penalty. You miss a key guy. Okay. You're still okay. They didn't even. It didn't even look like they had anything though. Yeah. They didn't look like they were anywhere near that. That's not Jamie. Well, I guess Jamie Benn helped it a little bit, but you have a chance to regroup and come out of the first intermission and kind of battle your way back into this game. And they weren't anywhere near what we've seen them, I think, through the first few games of this series, overtime games. Chief, what was that kind of like a rollover? Like, did they kind of just, or is Vegas too much?
Yeah, it felt like one of those. What was the first goal on the major? Was with like a minute and change on the power play left.
Yeah,
it felt like they were a minute away. Yeah, so if they kill that has to make your chest like swell up. Like, all right, like we're through the shit. Let's get back, And once they gave up that second goal, they just looked so deflated. And then they add the third, and I think it was 3-0 going in right to the first intermission. It just felt like I turned it off. Like at that point, I'm like, this game
was over.
Yeah, it was over, and you could just see it. And so Ben killed his own team.
And Dallas got the 2-on-1 shorthanded right before it too, so they almost got out of it 1-1, which would have then it's all Dallas. They cruise, all right, we killed it. Now it's 1-1, and it just other way 2-0. Yep, like you said, it was done. Turn it off.
That was a quick loss for the Merle on the under 2.5 goals.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
That's walking into a casino betting on black, and it goes there, and you're like, well, that was fun. Thanks. You don't even get your drink in time.
So what do we?
I think also though, like, sorry, Army, like Vegas, you saw Florida when they played Toronto. Toronto gets up 2-0. Florida just continues to grind. I think Vegas has a little bit of that. They're very, they're not going to get caught up in the stuff to try to turn momentum. They're not going to get in fights. They're not going to get in scrums. They just want to say, we're ahead. We know we're winning. And I think Dallas after the second, and they just were like, man, these guys are not going to stop coming, and that deflates you a little bit. Yeah. But if they had kept it and gotten it to 2-1 even, then you're like, okay, we got a chance. Chip it in. Let's go long shifts, long change second. You get it to 2-2, and it's a free-for-all. Then it's anybody's game. But once it got to 3, once it gets to 3, though, you're like, man, adios. You're maybe looking to try to run a guy instead of maybe making the smart play.
Yeah, I got the Dallas lines here. There's no Dadonov there. Pavelski wasn't on in the morning skate, but they say he'll play. So
that guy's a warrior.
We got Ottinger starting and everything else.
Let me ask you guys a question, and maybe Chief. So, like, if Ottinger lets up an early 1 minute in, does he get the hook right away? Do you yank him right out of the gates and put in what's his name, Westwood or whatever? Like, do you yank him, or do you say you're in, you're our guy?
I know he's had a very up and down playoff, but down 3-0, he is like the franchise. Like he's I don't know. I think his ceiling is like a Vezina guy. I think the world of Ottinger. I think he's spectacular. So I think you just let him ride it out. It's like, hey, we're going down. This is our best guy. We know he's our best guy. We're just gonna ride him, unless it gets like, you don't want one of those like old Patrick Waugh scenarios where he's like embarrassed. But so if it gets 5-6-0, then sure. But 1, no. I think he still gives you your best chance, and he has earlier in the playoffs been yanked and then rebounded the next game and come back out very strong. So I would almost expect him to do that tonight. I don't think an early one will rattle him out.
And the thing with him too, Chief, is he can steal a game. Like even if they're missing guys, they're banged up a bit, their feelings are hurt, they're feeling like they can't get it done. If he comes out, he's the kind of goalie, to your point, that is that quality that could come in and just rip one off. You know what I mean? Yep. Where he could just stand on his head and give his team a quality chance to get a win in this series and send it to another.
And I think tonight's that night. He's going to have to steal it. Vegas is going to be humming. They now see Florida. They're going to be just rolling. Look what they did in their
there's blood in the water
versus Edmonton.
There's blood in the water.
Yeah, when they were closing out Edmonton, I mean, that was I was like, man, Edmonton's going to put a push.
So to your point, Miggsy, I think that's a real thing, though. I think that's like, they watch Florida get her done. Mm-hmm. And I think they're sitting there like, that's not a thing. Those guys are seeing it. They're going, okay, we got to put these guys out. They did it. We got to do it. Let's not drag this out and put ourselves, a few more games or days of practice and all this bullshit. let's get it done. We got to get it done. It's kind of like a motivating factor for them, I think, as well. There's no question that's a thing. I think.
And they're openly saying it. I mean, Marcia Show's been quoted many times like, we want to close this series as fast as possible. We don't want to give chance. We want our rest. We understand, like, we don't want to mess around anymore. We just want to get it over with. And I think they're playing with that type of tempo, not trying to give Dallas any type of breath to say, okay, maybe we can make this a series. You don't want to lose this one. Game 5 back here would be tough for Dallas. But again, the Ottinger thing, I mean, he had 70 saves that game last year in Calgary, did everything to keep them in it. So he has that ability. If you're Knights, you're like, we don't want any of that. We don't want to risk any type of injuries. We don't want to risk any suspensions with these guys. We just want to close it up and get home.
So let's get some bets in. I want to know where you think. I like Miggsy's idea. This is going to be, Vegas is going to come out just kapowy. Get ready, because they're going for the kill. They know they're missing Ben. They know their psyche's a little beat up. They know Ottinger's kind of like, oh, shit. I think they come out and they're ripping. 4 lines, all their D. They're banging. They're on their toes. They're creating it. So, Miggs, let's go to the Vegas Insider. With that being said.
Yeah, easy. I'm going over the 2.5 goals again, -115. So you're getting a little better odds on that. It worked well last time. I expect that Vegas is going to win. Like we said on the last one, I believe, like 3 goals seems to be the charm. If you can get to 3 in this series, they're going to win. But then I'm going to do a Vegas -1.5. It's +245. The idea of that is if you're up 2-0 and it's late in the game, you got to pull the goalie, right? You got to try to get some sort of momentum, so maybe they can chip in a late one to do that. So Vegas wins by 2.
I love that thinking.
Yeah, and then real quick, Chief, just want to say congrats on the Forest. I watched this guy. Man, I was like, he must be just hanging from the ceiling, just waiting for that clock to run down, because it was just tick, tick, tick. And I was like, man, you must be going nuts.
I was in a wedding that day, and we were like watching it in like the hotel bar, like waiting for the photographer. And when the clock ran out, I go to my buddy. I'm like, I'm having a way better day than you are. So I had
that guy. You see that
great
guy like that has the camera on the guy or his phone on the guy in front of him, sitting at a wedding. And it's like hanging over his back and watching the Forest game.
Well, and it's like I had it on my phone for a minute, like because we're all like getting ready. All the groomsmen get ready together, and I'm like, I hate you for putting your wedding on this day. So
yeah, Chief Miggs is the one who got me started on betting soccer more. He's a big soccer guy.
Yeah, it is an unreal sport. I'm a huge Dortmund fan in Germany.
Okay,
they take a lot of young guys and Americans, so I follow them a lot. But I watch
Reina.
So. But Forest is such a famous franchise. It's great that they got that coach. He just lives and breathes it. He's such a great dude. He was going just sweating, dripping the whole time.
He's like my favorite coach on the planet. He is so ugly. He's like quintessential, like just looks so English. And
man, so bad.
I love this man. I love him. Yeah. Steve Cooper.
Brock McCroskey in the chat here. Chief Lasso.
if I put the rest of this off right there, I got the Lasso stash.
Yeah, hey, Merles, you going duster for the Stanley Cup? Looks like you got a little groom going on the upper lip there. Are you leaving it?
No. I did a clean shave. I got the haircut. So when I go to this 2-week bender, I'm all set. I don't have to worry about the certain things. Check things off the list.
Yeah. It is looking high and tight. Looks like
so I can focus on winners and boozing some big deal brew and Pink
I will
Whitney.
say this too. I saw in the chat, boys, Roy in the chat a while ago, over half a goal. So 1 goal in the first 5 minutes of the game. Do you like that?
Miggsy always does that.
I like those. Vegas was on a run for a while.
If we say they're buzzing, if we think they're going to come out buzzing, there he is, Roy. Yeah. Cafone. Roy
plus 200?
Wow. Plus 200.
Yeah.
Roy.
Is that right? That seems like high.
That's the Cafone. Yeah. That's the Cafone. Is it a phony bet?
I don't know. I'm going to try to find it here quickly.
Well,
before we get the Chiefs picks, but I'll tease you guys. I'll tease you a little. Oh, go ahead, Chief. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a big live bet game. So it's like I think I like Vegas money line. You might have talked me into a sprinkle on Vegas -1.5, but it is like I feel like I'm probably gonna watch the first 5, 6, 7 minutes and just see how it looks before I put something in, because this is where it's like you might be able to see a dead dog even if there's no goal scored in the first 5 minutes. So I think we'll be watching out for that. And then, but yeah, I'm on Vegas tonight. I might just tail Migs with that because I like the sound of that.
Ooh,
but I think I'm going to wait. And then if I don't get the best number, I'm okay with that. I want to see if the legs are going or if they're just giving up.
I like that. You're like the guy, you get your scotch, you get a stove, you sit down, the game's already on, you're not worried. You put your T-bone steak down in front of you. And you're just kind of eating it. You're just kind of chopping it up. You wait for the first period, and your stogie just finishes up, and then you start betting. And then you start.
What is he in a silk robe? He's got a silk robe. Yeah, he's a silk robe. He's got the whole thing. Like,
what you guys are talking? I might have to give myself a little spa night tonight. Watching but yeah, that first that under 6 commercial break. I think that's when I would be like, all right. Let's bury.
Take the feet out of your foot massagers.
I got one for Christmas. It is.
You're watching. You're just dipping your hand in a wax thing. You're just doing the wax dipper.
Probably not the forum for this. I've become a pedicure guy. I'll get a pedicure they're great. Like every 6 weeks or so, I'll go down the street and you guys just
get that scrub. Get that.
When I was playing hockey, I would get them
up.
all the time because our feet would get so banged up.
Yeah. They're great.
Got those ostrich lumps on your heels.
Chief, I'm going to be in Chicago in the fall for hockey. How's that Barstool North or whatever going?
Jesus, Migs.
I'll make sure I get your number. We'll get you one of those banquet tables and we'll have a good time.
Cool.
Yeah. Migs, you're not going to make your games if you go there with Chief one of those nights.
I'm not good at that.
Migsy
and White Sox Dave. We'll be able to. We'll rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, bring in the pedicure kits in there right at the banquet bar, sitting there.
Yeah, we got it all set.
Absolutely, getting those heels scrubbed up, just coming out of there with those little 10-cent flip flops they put your toes in after.
I don't hate those either. You don't want to. They're all fresh and clean. You don't want to put them right back in a shoe.
No, you can't get them in there. You got to let them dry.
Army, didn't you have the legendary wedding move to top on the wedding that you gave out flip flops at your wedding so people could take their shoes off? Was that you?
Oh no,
I can't remember.
Who's
Army's
alive
wedding.
still?
I can't remember. Would you freeze up on us?
Army's down.
Well, Chief, I don't know if you know, but you're talking about live betting while you're watching the game. We're going to be live streaming the game as well. So we'll have Biz, Wit, RA. So you tune us in on one screen, have the game on. We'll talk some stuff on some live bets and everything and what we're seeing. So that'll be fun to watch. And I got my I got my play of the month. I got a play of the month here today.
All right.
Well, I need to dig out of this Switzerland.
I teased it. I teased it early. I was digging. I was like, I need a big win. We're not going to have game notes tomorrow because of the sweep. We're only doing a game day. So I was like, I need a huge win today. This player who I have talked about numerous times, in game 1, he had 6 shots. Game 2, 4 shots. Game 3, 4 shots. His over-under tonight is only 2.5 at plus 110. Any guesses who it is? He's a Dallas Star. Wyatt Johnson. Wyatt Johnson, play of the month, over 2.5 shots, plus 110 on the score bet. My play of the month. This guy's everywhere. Dallas got to throw everything at him.
He lives in the mixer, that guy. He's always in front of that. It's a great.
He's got those young legs.
So this is going to be my Vegas craps play of the month. I'm putting it all on there. If I win, I can play craps in Vegas. If I lose, I can't play.
You'll just stand behind me and yell at me to bet things.
Yeah, put 10 on there for me, Chris.
Yeah, put 10 on the horn high yo for me. Lost.
If it hits, I collect. If I don't, I don't pay you.
Yeah, then you just turn around, you're gone.
Yep.
That's good. Though.
One other thing, we I don't know where Army if we'll get him back, but it's time to go anyway. Do you guys any last picks? I got Chief for Vegas. Vegas minus 1.5.
Cut his Wi-Fi in the basement.
He's back.
Cut his Wi-Fi. Trying to get out of there.
I need a tech guy. I'm just telling you. I just need a tech guy. This tech stuff, I'm not made for this. I don't know what's going on.
Old school.
But yeah, we got her done. I like a Stevenson, like a Stevie point. What's that looking like, Merles? Give me him.
Stevenson point.
And over 2.5 hot dogs.
I can look that up on the score bet for you.
Nelson Duffy, also Barbashev. Migs, we were talking about him.
Love that guy.
Barbashev point is plus 120. Who was the first guy you asked for? Stevenson, minus 115 on the score bet.
Is that good? I don't know. I only like if it's high pluses. I like plus 300. Like that's
Go for the 2 points again. Try to shoot the moon.
Yeah, moon shoot.
Army, I'm going to buy you a little time while you're thinking. I forgot to shout out when we were talking Florida. I noticed him a couple times on the ice was our old equipment guy from Wilkes-Barre, Teddy Richards.
Teddy.
Now he's going to Stanley Cup Finals. He's the head equipment guy. I ran into him when we were down there for the All-Star game. I think it was in the Panther Bar. You've heard about this place?
We were rookies together, all of us. We were rookies and Wilkes together, first pro seasons.
Yeah, fun Teddy Richards. So congrats to him going to finals. We'll probably see him again when we're down there. But he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And we need a G pick and we need some Army picks.
Let's go, G. Where's G? G's trying to work my internet from the other side.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get all this fixed up, so I haven't really thought about it too much, but I'm taking Vegas money line. I'll just keep it simple. And you know what? I've done it almost every Vegas game this year, so I'll do it again. Jack Eichel, anytime goal scorer.
I love
Give it to me.
Yeah,
He's got to shoot the puck. I mean, we talked about that last game. He's made some great plays. He's been awesome this playoff run. But if he commits to being a shooter, he changes it. He's just
that pass to Marcia show though.
Oh,
sick.
So sick.
That was just a rope cross ice like that. Is just
through everyone,
like
man,
three guys.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice. But that's Eichel. Like I think coming out of college behind McDavid, that was everybody who thought like Eichel was going to be. Is that guy like sees the ice just differently, and so he's starting to show it, which is great. But I love that, G. I love that call.
He's finally healthy. The kid is
he's
finally
got
healthy.
the legs going too. Like he's flying out there. I love that little like they put the speedometer on the guys and it's like Eichel's going 24 miles an hour. It's like holy shit.
Every game he's the fastest guy. Like he's moving.
And he doesn't look like he's going that fast too. He has those long legs, long stride. You can't even tell.
Mason Valley's trying to get a Merle's boosted chat parlay. Vegas money line. Dallas plus 2.5, under 7.5, and under 2.5 first period goals. Whoa. I don't know if you can even do all that in one, can you?
I don't know.
That's the guy who goes to the bar and
illegal.
orders 9 different drinks.
That sounds illegal. That's like a Long Island iced tea of betting. Like, are you even fucking allowed to do
He's
that?
the guy who goes to the bar and you're like, just buy a round of beers. He's like, no, I need a Cosmo and I need this. And you're like, dude. Like,
his boiler's just gurgling. He's like, holy shit.
Give me 9 big deal brews and leave me alone.
overmixed.
Right? Exactly. Like, come on, bro.
You know what? Give me a Stevenson goal. Give me a Stevenson goal.
Stevenson anytime.
Gee, wasn't that was your
Anytime.
guy for a while? You were jumping on Stevenson a while, and he hit you.
Fantastic teeth. I love a guy with great teeth. That's gonna get cut and fuck me over. Fuck.
He looks like the guy from Something About Mary when he gets his teeth done.
Oh yeah,
Look at those choppers.
Oh, did we lose Chiefy?
We lost Chiefer.
So,
His
guy, I got
internet's
some
waning?
news. I got some news here from the Barstool Sports book. So I was on here, and I found it on the score bet, the Wyatt Johnson, my play of the month, and it wasn't on Barstool. So I made a couple calls, and we got it on the Barstool Sports book now, too. So over Wyatt Johnson, 2.5 shots, play of the month.
And you're up for that, Merle, so you'll be in the chat.
I'm
saying,
up.
Like, there's 1, there's 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's why this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, boy.
I'm real excited for tonight.
How's the hip doing?
The hip is in bad shape. I finally found my foam roller though, so I'll be rolling out during the intermissions maybe.
Nothing
trying
like
to get healthy. I'm trying to get healthy
like
here.
sitting at 10 hours in an economy seat.
Yeah, it's going to do wonders for it. I'm such a mush. Maybe that will help me. That'll finally be my cure. I'll be like, oh, where was this my whole playing career to fix my hips?
He's going to be fidgeting in that,
he's going to be dying.
This will be his only trip. He doesn't get the whole row. It'll be he'll come down and be like, can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Can
he'll
you
be ready.
believe it?
But it's good luck. You're grinding. It's like it's like
Yes,
driving
Migs.
through the rain to the casino. You've earned the right to get a win. So there's Merle.
Yeah.
I
And
love
Army,
it, Migsy.
you're on this. Army, you're on this traveling circus. You're going to be doing the down
Yeah.
backs and everything.
Yeah. We're trying to get the
boy.
schedule.
Yeah, we're working out the
together,
schedule
so
now. Yeah.
I'm
That's
looking
good,
forward
though.
to it. I'm looking forward to it though, getting with the guys again. It's spaced out enough right now where it like makes it fun. You know, it makes
Are you
it good
getting
to see
between the
boys.
benches? Can we look for you between
No,
the
I got
benches,
nothing going
maybe?
on. I got nothing going on. So this is
brutal.
it. I might have the only thing that could get in the way is some of my other duties, possible draft combine stuff, or a few other things I'm doing because I have like so many jobs. I'm just like I keep hitting singles everywhere. You know, I never
Merc.
say no.
That's it.
I'm always working. Always try and keep the options open. You bet. Yeah.
Did that
So,
Bedard thing ever come out with you?
I don't think it's come out yet. I think
But probably at the draft.
maybe
then?
like a
Okay.
draft thing. Yeah, and we might add to it. We're waiting to see.
Are you guys going to the draft? Is that what was that still
I
on the
think
mix?
we're going to
Or-
the draft. Gee, do you is that
Confirmed.
real?
We'll be at the draft. Yeah.
Oh, geez, it just keeps getting better and
Oh
better.
man.
Jesus.
Oh.
Hope my hip's better by then.
Maybe you
To
guys
get on the
should go-
mechanical bull at one of those bars in Nashville, you'll just be really going with that.
You
bad
guys should
hip.
get to the pre-draft combine and see where you are on chin-ups and flexibility and wind gate and all the stuff. That would be really that. Now that's content.
Well,
Yeah.
we're way
think
too old
I-
for that.
Combine in Buffalo, Murr.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's in
I love it
Buffalo.
there. When? What's
It's
the
a great
date?
setup. I went
the
to it
dates?
last year. I snuck my kid out of school and brought him down there. It is
Nice.
it is coming up here in the next 2 weeks.
End of
8th,
June,
maybe
right?
9th.
I never know.
Oh, it's that
I think
early?
it's like right
I might
away,
get PS.
yeah.
What is it? PSTD or whatever from my.
PTSD.
An STD.
Yeah, I'll get that from the combine.
You'll get an STD. It's called.
The worst part about that was I did mine, and the next day I had to do basically the same thing again for the New Jersey Devils. They had their own that they would do.
Yeah.
It was such a joke. So I think I've told the story in Chicklets before. All the other guys went out that night in Toronto after being done. It was like a celebration. I had to stay in my hotel room because I had 7 a.m. I had to do the Devils, and instead of it on the bike, you did everything on the treadmill. Brutal.
Oh, brutal.
Did you guys see
They obviously
that
didn't draft me.
Did you guys see that the Blackhawks are doing,
no
their
on ice.
their prospects camp fully off ice this year? Pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, that's our boy, Mark Eaton. Eats
Why
who we saw
can't-
at the Frozen Four. They decided to, I think, keep it strictly to off ice.
It's about like they want to like help the kids like learn more about being a pro. He said in today's day and age, these kids are skating all summer. It's not about having them come in and test them and having them do sprints. It's about like being a pro and learning like, how to act as a pro and shit.
Yeah,
It's a grind. I mean, these guys now that they play it year round and stuff. I mean, it is a grind for as being a pro. But that's good to hear. I mean, the Bedard effect. He's probably giving the call like, "Hey, by the way, I don't. You need to just teach me this." I'm not
no,
doing
they're
all
like, "Hey,
that."
we're not doing on ice testing." He's like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "I'm bringing my rollerblades."
That's what you do. A little content. Army and Bedard
Yeah, me and
rollerblading
Bedard
down
roller hockey.
the Golden Mile or whatever.
Oh, can you imagine if I hit that guy though? Just explosion right
Oh
now.
boy. Yeah, I don't know how he would do in the old game.
Got that.
All
Corner
right, I think I
away.
got everybody's picks. Migs on this. Oh, Europe. The Europes are starting in 20 minutes. I want to
Let's
get
go
them out
watch
there
that.
quick. Over
Yeah, I'm
three,
over 3.
minus 132 for Sweden. I'm on Canada plus 110. And then all the other ones, a lot of Vegas talk. My play of the month, Wyatt Johnson. I'll get them all on the blog, get the dinner menu. Games went a little better for us when I put the menu out.
The menu.
Yeah, I like that.
But
All right,
Good-
boys.
good talk,
I'm out.
boys. Good
You
talk.
guys
I hope-
close it up.
this
8
might
o'clock.
be it for a while.
Yeah, and 8 o'clock tonight, we've got the Chicklets live stream. Join us for that later tonight. The whole the whole crew. Look at that, just a gong show. Special guest ladled through the entire show. There goes Migsy. He's gone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Migsy, Vegas Insider. Hoping, obviously, we'll see him, but we'll continue this show on game days if it ends tonight. Just so you know, we'll be with you again on game days for the final. So enjoy this game. We'll see if Vegas can wrap it up, Merles. Unbelievable craziness. Double sweep quarterfinal. Can it be? Can it be? Will we see? I don't know, but thank you to
I
everyone.
hope not. I'm going to pull for Dallas. I don't think they can win just so we get more hockey. I want more hockey. I want more game notes daily.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Thomas on the chat right here. One last little thing. The menu, the mixer menu. Maybe you could call it that.
I'll change the name. Yeah, I
Oh,
like
that's a
that.
good idea. The mixer menu.
Mixer menu.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for that.
Like
Thank
it.
you to the chat. Thank you to everybody. Awesome. Who knows this? Maybe we'll see you next middle of the next week whenever they start. If it ends tonight, we're unsure. There's no hockey tomorrow, so we'll see you next week regardless. Thank you to the Score Bet. Thank you to Chief. Thank you to Migsy for coming on. Gee, way to kick ass and make it all happen. We'll see you tonight on the live stream with Chicklets. Watch a game with us. Come hang out. Come have some laughs. Chat's probably bumping over there as well. Yeah, you got anything
Thanks
else?
to Shauno or Pasha, whoever else is
Yeah.
creeping in the back there doing
always
stuff for us,
creeping.
helping us.
They're always
So,
creeping. So
yeah.
we'll see it. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you in person at one of these games too. I mean, it's starting to get crazy. It's silly season here for Chicklets and Game Notes Daily. Thanks. Enjoy the night, everybody. See you on the live stream.